Okay, good morning, students. So, so in the third unit, we left with one topic that is. So, can you able to see this presentation? That is external memory interface, RAM and ROM. Okay, all of you can able to see this presentation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So here, if you see, uh, so memory organization. So if you see, coming to the architecture wise, the microcontroller or microprocessor, this controller wise, that is divided into two types. That is Harvard architecture and von Neumann architecture. So von Neumann architecture means von Neumann architecture you have both the program memory and data memory in a single memory. So that is nothing but von Neumann architecture. And coming to the Harvard architecture, you have separate memories, two separate memories. That is separate program memory. Program memory is also called as we call as ROM, and data memory is also called as RAM. Okay, so separate bus will be available for program memory as well as data memory. Okay, so here, so that means whatever 8086 we studied, so that is based on the von Neumann architecture. That means total 1 MB of memory is there. Okay, so in that 1 MB of memory, you have some code segment, data segment, extra. So that those will be divided into segments. Okay, so whereas coming to the microcontroller 8051, you have separate program memory, separate RAM as well as separate ROM. So 4 kilobytes of ROM and 4 kilobytes of RAM. Okay, so today I will explain you about this memory organization. So for 8051 microcontroller, you have program memory as well as data memory. Okay, so if you see, mm, so what is the purpose of program memory? So program memory is nothing but to store the firmware. That means to store the programs, whatever the programs you are writing. Okay, that will be suppose whatever OS is there. Suppose if you consider some mobile phone is there. Suppose example. So mobile phone has some OS like Arduino. Okay, Android will be there. Okay, Android is one type of OS that is useful for the mobile. So whatever that OS, suppose laptop is there, laptop you can use Linux, Windows, or some other OS. Okay, so whatever the OS or whatever the firmware is there, that will be stored in the program memory. Okay, so and to store constant fixed values that are used during the process of given task. Okay, so this is for program memory, and data memory is nothing but RAM. So remember, program memory is nothing but ROM, and data memory is nothing but RAM. Okay, so what is the purpose of data memory? Means to store the variables. So in order to suppose if we are processing some data, you will get some result. Okay, so whatever the result is that should be stored in some memory. No, so that means that will be stored in data memory. That is nothing but RAM. And programs can also like application software, like application, whatever the application softwares are there, that will be stored in the memory. Okay, so so if you see program memory and data memory, so both are logically separated. Okay. So here our 8051 microcontroller can support total 128 bytes of memory. Okay. So in that 128 bytes of memory, 64 kilobytes of it will support 64 kilobytes of external code memory, that is external program ROM, and 64 kilobytes of external RAM. Okay, 64 kilobytes of external code memory, that is nothing but ROM, and 64 kilobytes of external data memory, that is nothing but RAM. Okay, so so in order to access the data memory, we are using a special register, that is nothing but a we call this as a so here we call this as a DPTR, data pointer. Okay, so data pointer we are using, and in order to access the external memory, so we are using these two ports. Okay, so port 0 and port 2. So port 0 is used as the address and data. So that means in port 0 there will be combination of address and data. That means multiplexed of address and data will be available, and in port 2 you have a higher order address will be available. Okay, so I will tell you during explanation of this pin diagram, so why what we are using. So basically for interfacing the external memory, we are using this only these ports, port 0 and port 2. Okay, and we are using a special control signals. Those are nothing but PSEN, program store enable. Okay, so we are using this program store enable, and uh, external access, address latch enable, read bar, write bar, and these are the control signals. Okay, so I will explain you in each and every pin in detail. Okay, so PSEN is nothing but program store enable, and EA is nothing but external access, and ALE is nothing but address latch enable, and read bar, RD is nothing but read bar, and WR is nothing but write bar. Okay, so if you see, this is the basic interfacing. You have program memory and data memory. So if you see, so here external access is there. When external access is connected to 0, it will support total external memory. Okay, so external access is connected to 0, it will access total external memory. Okay, and when external access equal to 1, up to 4 kilobytes. As I told you, 8051 have internal on-chip 4 kilobytes of RAM. Okay, so up to 00002 0FFFF, it will support on-chip RAM, on-chip ROM. Okay, program memory is nothing but ROM. Okay, and after that it will support remaining 60 kilobytes of off-chip ROM. Okay, so you have to remember, when external access is connected to 0, so 8051 will support total external memory, and when EA bar is connected, external access is connected to 1, so up to 4 kilobytes it will support on-chip ROM, and the remaining off-chip ROM. Okay, and coming to the data memory, so PSEN is nothing but I will tell you about this in the interfacing diagram. So if you see this one, data memory read write, that means RAM. So it can support up to 128 bytes of RAM. So 002FF, that means 128 bytes. So this is internal, and remaining external. Okay. So you have read bar pin and write bar pin. So in order to microcontroller, in order to read data from the RAM, you have read bar pin. Microcontroller want to write the data into the RAM, you have write bar pin. Okay. So if you see, okay. So here is, if you see, this one, program memory, that 4 kilobytes of on-chip ROM. Okay, so that means what is the address? 00002 0FFFF. Okay, so if you observe this this one, uh, so this address is reserved for unconditional jump. From 0000 to 0002 are allocated for the unconditional jump instructions after reset signal. Okay, after power on reset, there is some unconditional jump instructions are there. So that is used for this jump instructions. And next you have interrupts. No, total you have how many interrupts? You have six interrupts, including the reset. Okay, so this 00003 to 000 are allocated for int 0 bar. This is external interrupt. Okay, and next this from 000B to 0012 is allocated for timer counter interrupt, and from 0013 to 001 are allocated for int 1 bar pin. Okay, external interrupt 1, and from this 001B to 0022 is allocated for timer counter 1, and 0023 to 0022A is this is used for serial communication. Okay, and if you are using 8052, 002 to 0032, it is allocated for. So 8052 has three timers: timer 1, timer 0, timer 1, timer 2. Okay, so this is for 8052. Okay, so this is for timer 2 interrupt, and this is for firmware 0033 to 07FF. Okay, so that means, as I told you in the interrupt concept, when interrupt occurs, okay, so what happens? The program counter will be stored in the stack. Okay, so the whatever the program counter, that will be loaded with the whatever the interrupt you are calling. Okay, so where the interrupt is available, that is available in the interrupt vector table. Okay, so that interrupt vector table, the address of the particular interrupt will be available. So these are the address of the particular interrupt. Okay, so this is about the program memory or on-chip program memory. Okay, this is the data memory. So total it can support up to 256 bytes of memory. So from 00 to FF. Okay, so if you see 00 to 7F, these are nothing but these are allocated for the banks. As I told you, 8051 have four banks: bank 0, bank 1, bank 2, bank 3. Okay, so here if you see, if you observe this one, 00 to this one, bank 0. Okay, 00 to 7H, 7H is bank 0, and 08 to 0F are bank 1, and 10 to 17 are bank 2, and 18 to 1F are for bank uh, 3. Okay, these are nothing but bank register. That means for each bank you have 7 registers, 8 registers, R0 to R7. Okay, R0 to R7. And next, this is bit addressable. So we can access whatever the bits present in the 2022F bit addressable. So suppose ports are there, you can access each and every port separately. So set B, you can set a particular port. Okay, so we can access this is nothing but bit addressable. And 80 to 8F are nothing but these are allocated for special function registers. There are some special function registers, no? PCON, TCON, SCON, SBUF. Okay, so those have a specific direct RAM address. So the direct RAM address is stored in 80 to FF. Okay, suppose port 0 is there. Port 0 having the address of 80, and port 1 having the address of 90, and port 2 is having the address of A0, and port 3 is having the address of B0. Okay, the specific special function registers are there that will be available in 80 to FF. Okay, this is about the data memory. So if you observe the pin diagram, if you observe the port 0, so port 0 have the multiplexed address and data lines. See here. Port 0 have the multiplexed address and data lines. And next port 2 have higher order address lines. Okay. So higher order address lines. So that means, what is the address lines means? Here, how many address lines are there? Total 16 address lines are there. So that means 2 power 16. So 2 power 16 means 2 power 10 is how much? 1 kilobyte. Okay. 2 power 6 is 64. 64 kilobytes. As I told you, microcontroller can support how much of external memory? 64 kilobytes of external memory. Okay. So do you understood? 2 power 16. Total address lines. How many address lines you have? For the 8051 microcontroller, you have 16 address lines. How many data lines? 8 data lines. Okay. So here 8 data lines are available in port 0. That is multiplexed. Those are in combined state. And in port 2 you have higher order address lines. And you are going to use, see here, these pins, EA bar pin, ALE, PSEN bar. Okay. For reading and writing the data, you are using the port 3.6 and 3.7. See here. For accessing the external RAM, you are using this write bar pin and read bar pin. Okay. So these pins we are going to use for interfacing the external memory. Okay. So as I told you, external access EA bar equal to 0. So microcontroller will access total external ROM. If an EA bar equal to 1, it can access up to 4 kilobytes internal RAM, internal ROM, and after 4 kilobytes internal external ROM. Okay. So that is based on the EA bar pin, external access. Okay. So same thing, these are 8-bit ports. So here we are going to use these pins, port 3.6 and 3.7. Okay. So these are for read write signal for external memory. Okay. So these are for read write signal for external memory we are using. Okay. So this is about the pin description. You need to observe about the port 0 and port 2. See here. Port 0 is a multiplexed lower order address and data lines will be there. AD0 to AD7 are there. Multiplexed lower order address and data lines will be there. So what is the purpose of these lower order address lines? To access the external program memory and data memory. Okay. To access the external program memory and data memory, multiplexed lower order address lines AD0 to AD7 are available in port 0.0 to 0.7. Okay. And if you observe port 2.0 to 2.7, so these are having, this can be act as a input and output port and multiple function. It is having higher order address line. It consists of higher order address lines. Okay. So this is about the pin description. And you need to see about ALE. So this is here you have multiplexed address and data lines. No? See here. If you observe the port 0 diagram, you have multiplexed address and data line. So that means in order to access the external memory, you need the address. But lower order address and data lines are combined state. Okay. You need to separate. You need to demultiplex this address and data line. For this purpose, you are using this ALE pin, address latch enable. See here. Address latch enable. Okay. So this is when ALE equal to 0, it provides the data. When ALE equal to 1, it provides the address. Okay. So lower address are available and higher address are also already available in port 2. Okay. And next port, this is program store enable. So in order to access, this is connected to output enable pin of ROM in order to connect this code memory or program memory or ROM. Okay, program store enable. For external code memory, PSEN bar equal to 0. For external data memory, PSEN bar equal to 1. Okay, and EA bar already told you, EA bar equal to 0, it will microcontroller will access total external memory, and when EA bar equal to 1, it can access up to 4 kilobytes internal memory, and after 4 kilobytes external memory. Okay, so this is about this. So external memory interface, we are using this. Do you understood what I am explaining? Is anyone give response? Shall I moving
Yes, sir.
fast?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So this port 0, AD02, that means lower order address lines are available, AD0 to AD7. So multiplexer address and data lines are available. And port 2, A8 to A15, that is higher order address lines are available. And ALE is nothing but address latch enable. Okay, in order to separate this address and data, we are using this ALE. And external access, EA bar, this is for accessing the external ROM. Okay, and PSEN is nothing but program store enable, and read bar and write bar is nothing but so in order to microcontroller to read the data from the ROM or RAM, you are using read bar signal, and write bar means in order to write the data, microcontroller want to write the data into RAM, we are using write bar signal. Okay, so you need to understand ROM is nothing but read only memory. We can read the data from the ROM only. Okay, we can't write. RAM is nothing but we can read write memory. That means microcontroller can write the data into the RAM, or it can read the data from the RAM. Okay, so next if you see, so as I told you, port 0 and port 2. So port 0 will provide lower order address and data length. Okay, for accessing the external memory, you need how many bit of address? 16 bit of address. You need 16 bit of address. Okay, so that means port 0 have lower order address and data length, and port 2 have higher order address line. So that means total 16 address lines means A0 to A15. So that means 2 power 16. How much of external memory it can access? 64 kilobytes of external memory it can access. That means 2 power 6 into 2 power 10. 2 power 6 is how much? 64. 2 power 10 is kilo. 64 kilobytes. Okay. How many data bus? Data bus is 8 bit. Okay. So as I told you, AL is a pin which is used to demultiplex address and data line. Okay. So next. So ALE stands for address latch enable. This is active high output pin. So this is used to external memory, and so it is conjunction with P0 in order to separate, in order to demultiplex the address and data lines. You are using ALE pin. Okay. So this is the demultiplexing. If you observe this one, so ALE pin is connected to 74LS373 latch. Okay. So 74LS373 latch means when ALE equal to 0, okay, so what it will do, it will store whatever the address in the latch. Again, data lines are available. When ALE equal to 0, data lines are available. When ALE equal to 1, okay, it will separate. That means you are getting the output of the latch as lower order address. Okay, so like this, it will separate the address and data line. When ALE equal to 0, you are getting the data. When ALE equal to 1, you are getting the address. Okay, so this is the demultiplexing of AD0 to AD7. Okay, so external access, as I told you, when it is connected to the ground, 0 means what? When it is connected to ground, it will microcontroller will support total off-chip memory, external off-chip memory. When external access is connected to VCC, that is 1. Okay, up to 4 kilobytes, it will support on-chip RAM and on-chip ROM, and remaining off-chip ROM. Okay, so this 4 kilobytes is nothing but 0000 to 0FFFF. Okay, so this PSEN is nothing but so after accessing the, when after connecting this microcontroller with external ROM, okay, it is made load with conjunction with EA. Okay, so again in order to interface, okay, in order to read the data, it is connected to output enable pin of ROM. This PSEN bar, it should be connected to output enable pin of ROM. Okay, this is nothing but program store enable. So this is the interfacing. If you observe this one, external ROM interface. So here from port 0 you are getting multiplexed address and data lines. Okay, so that is connected to 74LS373 latch. So when ALE pin is 0, you are getting the data. When ALE pin is 1, you are getting the address. Okay, so you are getting the lower order address. And the port 2, from the port 2, higher order address are available. And PSEN bar is connected to OE bar pin, output enable bar pin. Okay, so like this, you have 16-bit address are available and data is also available. Okay, so like this, you can support it can support 64 kilobytes cross 8. So cross 8 is nothing but how you define the memory. What is your pen drive means how you can define my pen drive is 1 gigabyte. Okay, so that means each and every location in the memory is nothing but 8 bits. Okay, that's why we can represent the 64 kilobytes across 8. 64 kilobytes across 8. Okay, so external RAM interface. Port 0 is used as multiplexed address and data lines. Port 2 is used as higher order address bus. And read bar, write bar signals are used for read and write operation. Okay, and for accessing the external memory, you need to remember that MOVX instruction is used. MOVX, not move external interface. Move external interface we are using. And for accessing any data or to write the data, read the data, we need the address of the memory location. The address of the memory location is 16-bit. That address of the memory location is stored in which register? A special function register called DPTR. DPTR is nothing but data pointer. That will be stored in data pointer. Okay, so do you understood? Data pointer. Okay, so this is the external RAM. So in the port 0, you have multiplexed address and lower order address and data lines are available. So that is given to the latch. So what the latch will do, it will separate the address and data depending on the ALE pin. So ALE equal to 0, you are getting the data. And when ALE equal to 1, you are getting the address. Okay. So here 2K. 2K means what? 2 kilobytes. How many address lines you need? 2 power 10 into 2 power 1. Total you need 11 address lines. 8 address lines are available with lower address lines. And what? How many remaining address lines you need? 3 address lines you need. Okay, so that address lines are given by the port 2. Port 2, A8 to A11, A10. Okay, A8 to A10 are given. Okay, and so in order to access this external RAM, you need write bar signal and read bar. So write bar signal is connected to write enable pin, and read bar signal is connected to OE bar pin. Okay, so read bar signal is connected to OE bar pin. So like this, you can interface the external RAM. Okay, so there are two types for external ROM. That is for external ROM for program. So we have seen this is external ROM interface. This is the external ROM for data. Okay, so in order to microcontroller want to read the data present in the ROM. Okay, so this is the connection. So from port 0 to 0.7, you are getting the address and multiplexed lower order address and data lines. So that will be separated by this latch 74LS373 latch. Okay, so what the so depending on the ALE pin, so ALE pin is given to this G input. So when ALE equal to 0, you are getting the data. When ALE equal to 1, you are getting the address. Okay. So here 8K. 8K means what? 1K equal to how much? 2 power 10. 8 is how much? 2 power 3. Okay. Total 13 address lines are needed. Okay. So 8 address lines are available with this port 0, and remaining 5 address lines are available in port 2 here. A8 to A12 are connected. Okay, remaining address lines are given through the NAND gate, and it is connected to the chip select. Okay, chip enable bar pin. Chip enable bar pin. So here microcontroller is reading the data from this ROM. Okay, so in order to read this data from this ROM, so what this will do? Read bar pin. For reading the data, you are using read bar pin. Read bar pin is connected to OE bar pin. Read bar pin is connected to OE bar pin. Okay. So like this, we can interface the external ROM for data. So this topic is very much important. You can expect a question in final exam. Okay. So that's why you need to attentive while listening this. Data RAM. So in order to interface the data RAM, microcontroller can write the data or read the data. Okay. This is the interfacing diagram. So if you observe this one, so in the port 0, you have lower order address and data lines are available. Okay. So that is given to 74LS 373 lakhs. So depending on the ALE pin, ALE equal to 0, you are getting the data, and when ALE equal to 1, you are getting the address. Okay. So 8K means how many total 2 power 13. So 8 address lines are available with port 0. So remaining 5 address lines are available with port 2, and port 2.7 remaining address lines are given to through the NAND gate, and it is given to the chip enable bar pin. And here, in order to read the data, read bar pin is connected to E bar pin, and in order to write the data, write bar pin is connected to write bar pin. Okay, so this is how we can connect data RAM. So this is the program. If you see this program, we are using this instruction movex @dptr coming. So this is the program to write the data into the external data RAM. Okay, so you have to use this instruction. So write a program to read 200 bytes of data from port 1. Okay, save the data in external RAM starting from the RAM location 5000. Okay, so that means 200 bytes of data are present in the port 1. Okay, so whatever the data present in the port 1, you need to save in the external RAM location 5000H. Okay, that is my program. So here if you observe this program, so if you observe this program, whatever the RAM data is there, okay, students, can you able to see this presentation?
Yes, sir, we can see.
Yeah, okay. So see here, RAM data is there. RAM data equal to 5000. This is the assembler directive. Whatever the RAM data variable is there, you are initializing to 5000H. Okay. So that means when in the program, wherever you are using this RAM data, that is allocated with this value 5000H value. Okay. And count. So count how much of bytes you need to send to the external memory. 200 bytes of data. No. So count equal to 200. So whatever this 200 value is there, you are initializing to the variable count. Okay. And next, move dptr data pointer comma ash ram data. What is the ash ram data? 5000. 5000 you are initializing to dptr, and you are initializing count. So how much is the count? 200. Move r3 comma ash count. Okay. And whatever the data present in the port 1, you are moving into A, and move x @dptr comma A. So at the rate means what? Data pointer is acting as a pointer which points this address location. So whatever the content of port 1, you moved into accumulator, and from the accumulator you are moving into this 5000 location. Okay, directly we can't move whatever the data present in the port 1 to the memory location. Okay, so that's why here I use an intermediate register, that is accumulator. So first, whatever the data present in the port 1, I moved into accumulator, and from the accumulator I moved into dptr. Okay, so that means this address which is pointed by dptr. So after that, you have to initialize some delay function. So you need to give some time to the microcontroller. Okay. Next, you need to increment the dptr. Now, what is dptr? 5001. Okay. After that, you have to decrement the count. So count becomes 199, and you have to check for the condition jump not equal to 0. So if it is not equal to 0, again it will go into the again. Okay. So this loop will be repeated till the count becomes what? 0. Okay. So when count becomes 0, this condition is not satisfying. Simply it will come to the next instruction. Here s jump here. That means it will stop. Okay. So like this, you can send whatever the data present in 200 bytes of data present in the port 1 to the address location, RAM address location 5000 H. Okay. So this is the program. So this is a single ROM. So you can interface both a single ROM for, as I told you in the previous slide, that we can interface ROM for program as well as data. Okay. So that means this is the interfacing for single ROM both for program and data. So here for program you are using PSEN bar. For data you are using read bar pin. No? So remaining all connections are same. Whatever I explained you. Here what you are doing for program and data, for program you are getting through PSEN bar, program store enable pin, and for data, for read bar operation, data is nothing but read operation. So read operation, read bar, from the read bar you can read the data from this ROM. These two are connected to the AND gate, and it is connected to output enable pin. Okay, it is connected to output enable OE bar, output enable pin. This is active low signal. So when it is zero, this will be activated. Okay, so this is single ROM, both program and data, and this is for data ROM and RAM. Okay, so data for ROM as well as RAM and program ROM. Okay, so here if you observe, here, one second. Okay, see here. Yeah. So same thing from the port 0. This 74LF373 latch is separating this address and data, and 16K cross 8. We are interfacing 16K cross 8 data RAM and 16K cross 8 program ROM. Okay, so 16 means how much? If you represent in 2 power, that is 2 power 4, and 2 power 2 power 10. So total how many address lines you needed? 14 address lines are you needed. So 8 address lines are available with this AD0 to port 0. Okay, port 0, 8 address lines are available, and remaining how many? 14. No, 14 means remaining 8 address lines. Okay, 8 are available. Okay, 6 remaining 6 are available with port 2. Remaining 6 are available with port 2. And next you need to observe this one. You are using 74LS138 decoder. Okay, so this is nothing but 2:4 decoder. So depending on this port 2.6 and 2.7, that is A14 and P15. So when it is 00, Y0 is selected. So Y0 is connected to chip enable bar pin. So this will be selected. So that means at a time the microcontroller can connect to any one of the memory, either ROM or RAM. Okay. So how it is connected means depending on this decoder. Okay. So when it is 10, that is 2, Y2 is selected. So chip enable is connected to CE bar. Okay. So that means here you are interfaced data RAMs for both. So interface the data RAM for both this one. No? So in order to select any one of the RAM, you are using this decoder. Okay. So when it is 00, this RAM will be selected, and when it is 10, this RAM will be selected. And next, read bar is connected to OE bar pin. So here OE bar pin. So read bar is connected to OE bar pin, so that microcontroller can read the data from this RAM. And write bar is connected to write enable bar pin. So that microcontroller can write whatever the data into this RAM. And for this program store enable bar pin is connected to OE bar pin and chip enable pin also. Okay. So depending on this activation, that means when program store enable pin equal to 0, it selects this program row. Okay. So like this, we can interface whatever the ROM and RAM, and microcontroller can write the data, read the data from the ROM and RAM. Okay. So same thing. Normally we use so in order to select any one of the RAM, we are using these 3 steps. That is using simple logic gates, or using 74LS373 decoder, or using programmable logic. Okay. So by using the gates, we can use this whatever the address lines are there, that is given to the NAND gate. Okay. So this NAND gate is active low, so it is given to the chip select pin. Okay, CS bar pin. So to perfect match. So that means in order to select this RAM or row, data RAM or data room, you are using this NAND gate, or you can use this decoder. So as I told you in the previous slide, so this is nothing but 74LS138 decoder. So this is 3:8 decoder. So by using 3:8 decoder, we can connect 8 decoders. Okay, 8 RAM or ROM, data RAM or data ROM. At a time, microcontroller will select any one of the ROM depending on this output. Suppose if it is the selection lines are 000, Y0 is selected. This can be connected to any one of the RAM or ROM. Okay. So like this. So this is the summary. So what is we have studied, 8051 have 4 kilobytes of on-chip ROM and 256 bytes of on-chip RAM. Okay, and RAM consists of register bank, bit and byte addressable memory, and SFR. So as I told you, the whatever the classification, that means RAM is divided into the register bank, bit addressable, and byte addressable memory that is allocated for the special function register. Okay. Additionally, it can support up to, as I told you, microcontroller can support 64 kilobytes of code memory. That is nothing but ROM. Okay, and 64 kilobytes of data memory. That is nothing but RAM. Okay, so both memories are logically separated. Okay, so data memory uses a data pointer, DPTR, and MOX. In order to interface microcontroller with external RAM, you are using data pointer to hold the 16-bit address of the RAM. Okay, so that means there will be some data present in some address location. No? That address location is 16-bit. That 16-bit should be stored in some register. Okay, so that means we can use this DPTR as a pointer which will hold that address. Okay, and for accessing that data, we are using, in the instruction set, we are using move external. Need to remember this. Okay, and program memory uses MOVC. This is not MOVC. So you have to remember, MOVX is nothing but for external data RAM. Okay, MOVC is nothing but for interfacing external program memory. Okay, that is nothing but ROM. Okay, so for accessing these memories, you need an address. No? So you have lower order address, that means 16-bit address. The 16-bit address are available in port 0 and port 2. So port 0 are used as a address and data bus for interfacing. Port 0 and port 2 are used as a address and data for interfacing the external memory. And basically we are using these control pins. These are nothing but program store enable, EA bar pin, ALE, read bar pin, and write bar pin. Okay, so this is the total summary of interfacing the external memory with the 8051 microcontroller. Okay, so these are the questions, like short answer type questions they can ask in the exam. What is the maximum size of memory which can be interfaced with the 8051 microcontroller? So what is the maximum size? It can support up to 64 kilobytes of data RAM and 64 kilobytes of program ROM. Okay, and what is the function of EA bar pin? So when EA bar pin is connected to 0, microcontroller can support total external off-chip ROM. When EA bar is connected to 1, up to 4 kilobytes it will access on-chip ROM, and the remaining off-chip it can support off-chip ROM. Okay, and what is the difference between PSEN bar and RD bar pin? Program store enable bar, okay, and read bar. So this is used for accessing the program in the ROM. Okay, so PSEN bar is connected to OE bar pin. Then only microcontroller we can communicate with the ROM. Okay, this is for reading operation. In order to read the data present in the ROM, we are using this read bar pin. Okay. So which IO ports are used as address and data lines for external memory interface? Means port 0. So you have in port 0 you have lower order address and data lines are available, AD0 to AD7, and in port 2 you have higher order address lines are available. Okay. So which signal is used to demultiplex address and data lines? ALE, address latch enable. Okay. So single ROM can be used as both data and code. So see, we can interface the single ROM used as a both data and code. Okay. So this is about, and thank you.